we started. Okay, so welcome to the first episode of 868 Tech TV. This is our podcast. It'll be also up on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening, wherever you get your podcast. Welcome to 868 Tech TV. Of course, my name is Stefan Williams. And we have we have two co-hosts today. It's a team. It's a team of we'll say five in all, but not everyone is here.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Mark, you wanna go first or?
Yeah, yeah. Well, my name is Mark Wilson. I'm I would say a phone enthusiast, lover of mobile devices, anything tech related. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's an honor to be on this podcast. It's actually my first. And I've been thinking about doing this for a very long time, but you know, I mean, being
Yeah,
a part of
yeah.
the panel, yeah, being a part
Yeah.
of this panel here, it's a first for me, and it's awesome so far. I enjoy the little conversations that we have. So yeah, that's it.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Mhm.
I am Var,
Mhm.
and I am the owner of Mobile 868. It's a small startup tech company. I
Mhm.
do sales, I do advice,
Mhm.
I do small content. I used to write on tech blogs,
Okay.
and right now I'm just trying to get things started here with you guys. It's very hard to find like-minded individuals that so enthusiastic about tech.
Hmm.
And I'm glad that we can actually get this off the ground and we can educate people about what else is out there.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that's because I mean it's been tough. We've been Varun and I've been talking about this for probably a year or more,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Yes, correct.
it's just they're trying to find the right people and time and stuff. And I mean, everyone has busy lives, but we say we have to start. And what better time than now? So what
Correct.
we gotta go around first saying what device we each use as our daily driver. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm using my phone. I have a S23 Ultra, and I must say now I was going to do a full review on this, but I think I would utilize the YouTube Shorts. I do a
Yeah.
nice little 3 minute review, and hands on is the best phone I've ever used. It's snappy, it's quick. I mean, Samsung has its quirks, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the best I've ever used. Before this, I had the S22 Ultra, and the difference is actually quite significant. The battery life is the biggest difference. Performance as well, slightly better, but so far the cameras and everything is quite comparable as well. Really wanted to try the S24 Ultra, might do that later, but for now, it's the
Yeah.
S23 Ultra and the upgrade coming soon.
Mm.
Nice. So I currently use a Pixel 7 Pro. It's a cool phone. The pictures are excellent in my opinion. The battery life, I think personally, it could be better. Um, it's very middling of the road. Um, Charging speed also is a big issue for me, especially coming from these OnePlus phones and everything like that, where you're plugging for half an hour and you're back up to 100, your battery life, it lasts all day. Um, I have used a lot of phones.
Mhm.
HTC, OnePlus, Xiaomi, LG, Samsung, Sony Ericsson. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I I was a lover of Sony phones, and then they just drop off, and I don't know what happened to these guys.
Yeah.
And they just start taking away everything from the boxes, and it's just a phone now. Yeah, you don't even get the
Hmm.
DVD and paper anymore.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
but I'm really looking forward to transitioning to one of the Oppo phones because I had an Oppo Find X3 and it was amazing. Um,
Okay.
cameras was amazing, everything was amazing. And I think the X8 could be a big competitor for these phones in the Western market now. So we're
Agreed.
looking to transition to that next year.
All right, man. And what you using now, Mark?
Well, currently I'm using a OnePlus 12.
Excellent phone. Excellent phone.
Yeah. I actually had a S. Well, I usually upgrade every year. I actually,
Mhm.
yeah. I was a Samsung user, but I was a OnePlus user before. Well, before
Oh,
OnePlus actually Huawei. That was my brand.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yes, Huawei.
the
well,
Mate
we are
10,
used for a couple of years.
yeah,
So.
the Mate 10 Pro was one of the
Yeah.
greatest phones that were ever created. I love that
Correct. I agree.
in the
I
style.
agree.
And after that, I actually jumped ship to OnePlus. And
Oh,
from OnePlus, the last actually OnePlus phone I had was the 8T. And then
okay.
and then I
Yeah.
actually jumped to Samsung. And since then I've been Samsung from straight every year.
Oh,
Understand? I have been upgraded.
Mhm.
I have seen the progress, I have seen where they fall off. You
oh,
understand? And then well now my new device up to the S24 Ultra, which I wasn't too happy with. And
Mhm.
I'm back to OnePlus now.
So how come you managed to change from the S24 to the OnePlus? Like what were your dislikes about it?
I don't know.
Because everybody thinks this phone is the be all and all, you know.
and plus, this is where Samsung should be, it should even be arguments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I switched is because personally, I must say that the S23 Ultra, right, the
Mhm.
phone is using was one of the best Samsungs besides the S21, I think, or the
Yeah,
S21
yeah,
with the
yeah,
look.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because I had the S21
Yeah.
Ultra as well
yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the S23 Ultra, I think it was a big downgrade that Samsung actually when the router changing the telephoto lens. It was a
Okay.
big
Oh,
downgrade, you understand? And it actually I experienced that the 10x on the S23 Ultra was much better than the 5x on the S24
oh,
Ultra.
Mhm.
And yeah, it showed in pictures. It just wasn't, I don't know if the screen had a problem or it just was, everything was looking very soft.
yeah. But the screen
Yeah.
didn't have a problem. They had some issues with the screen
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they were hoping to upgrade in some software updates.
Yeah, and I think
Mhm.
it have a problem, but they mask it with an
Yeah.
update. And it I'm telling you, the viewfinder when you're shooting picture, it just wasn't working for me. And I just
Oh,
was every time an update comes out, you would expect, it would improve the camera at some sort, and it just wasn't working. And I just ended up going to OnePlus 12, and I have to say, this is a sleeping giant.
It
This
uh-huh.
is
is.
a sleeping giant here that a lot of people looking past right now.
Yeah.
It's surprising
Because
when you said that the OnePlus 12 cameras were better than the S24 Ultra because, I mean, I know this S20 Ultra is a beast. And really and truly, I was doing some good to the S24 Ultra. I'd say I'm going to try the food first. So I'm waiting for the food 5 to come in. And when you said I never used, I had a OnePlus phone because just like Varun, I do check, I sell check. And I used a 7 for a little bit. And it was nice. But I never
yeah.
really had a OnePlus phone fully. And I was quite shocked when they say this OnePlus camera, but it had to be that some software updates coming because at
Mhm.
launch it was good,
It wasn't
but
there. It wasn't there.
it
Mhm.
wasn't there.
Yeah, the updates actually, I must say that it improved drastically from reviewers who would do these reviews and they will not return, especially on the Western side. They won't return after the updates. Very few do that.
Correct.
That's what we need to
Understand?
do.
Understand?
That's what we're here for.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what we should do. Like, like a follow up a 1 year later or a 6 months later. But
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
most of them don't really go to the point of actually going through the camera updates. You understand?
Because remember these guys, they here for like 2-3 weeks, and after that, the phone gone. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, they would be
yeah.
switching phones
So
regularly. Yeah.
Yeah.
so they don't have the luxury of actually staying with it. They usually tend to stay with either Samsung or they go with the Apple Pro Max series, and they just
Yeah, they
go there
just
as their main devices.
yeah, that's
Mm.
that is the reason why, and I must say that the experience to the Android experience. I mean, I missed it. I know people complain about the color OS and the actual
Oxygen
OS
OS.
merger, and everybody was thinking, but before this phone received Oxygen OS 15,
Yeah.
it was so smooth. I couldn't believe that this was the experience that I was missing.
Mhm.
And
So it's smoother than One UI.
by far, by
Uh-huh.
miles.
And I think um and I think the new Oxygen OS,
Mhm.
the Oxygen OS 15 is even lighter and faster.
Exactly. Yes, it's true. It's true. It have some bugs that they are no. I think they were forced to push the stable version because of the backlash they were getting from releasing it into the India market only.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
correct.
they were getting a lot of flack on the forums because I actually follow the forums very closely. And the
Hmm.
forums, everyone was upset that North America not getting the stable or getting to actually participate in the beta. So
Yeah.
Right.
they forced and pushed out a stable, somewhat stable, I have to say. And yeah, it works. I mean, I end up actually getting all the accessories, the OnePlus Watch 2, and the
Oh,
buds.
very nice, very, very
Yeah,
nice.
and the buds. The buds.
Yeah.
Pro,
Yeah, Pro 3. Watch that. The combination, amazing. The combination, amazing. Yeah.
Well, that's nice. That's the introduction. What we're gonna get into now is some of the future tech that's out or that's coming out.
hmm
Barbara, when you want to start, you're the Oppo man. You love your Oppo phones, and that fine neck, yeah, that looks good. Tell us a little bit more
So,
about
so yes, I love Oppo. I love OnePlus. Like everything in that HMD brand is very good, but the Oppo Find X8 series,
Yep.
I have to say, has really impressed me from where they came from and where they started from when
it.
I started to use their phones from the X3, come all the way up. These phones, yes, they kind of look a little generic now with the flat screen, the flat sides. It's iPhone like, it's
Mm.
iPhone-esque.
Yeah.
But I think the way the smartphone world is moving now, everybody needs to have this flat screen, easier to get screen accessories, the curved screens people are trying to phase out. I mean, a lot of people like it still.
Mhm.
Um,
Uh-huh.
it's just, a lot of third party people don't really make um the accessories for it to suit the curved screens, and I like where Oppo is going in this direction. I like the chip. They're very ambitious that they went and used the MediaTek 9400 for the Oppo Find X8, which from the leaks and from the rumors, I assumed that they were going to use the 8 Elite. But
Uh-huh.
on paper, the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 has been amazing. Um, it's going toe to toe with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and beating it in most cases. I
Mhm.
have not seen any benchmarks against the 80 liters yet, which I think
Uh-huh.
more will come out next year. Um, but this is something that we should keep our eyes out on. I know they're implementing the new battery tech where
Yeah.
Yeah.
they can fit larger batteries because they're using the silicon carbon batteries in the same
Mm.
size package as
Yeah.
the lithium ion batteries. So, for example, the Oppo Find X8 is a 6.56-inch screen phone, but that has a 5910, I believe, milliamp hour battery, which is huge
Uh,
for a
Yeah.
phone that
Yeah.
size, almost 6,000. That is
Yeah.
unheard of. You know,
Yeah.
the X8
My
Pro,
my my
yeah, but
one right with that. I mean, everything else seems good. It's just
mhm,
the screen in 2024 going into 2025.
yeah,
Um, GSM Arena clocked the screen brightness. Now, on paper, it's saying max 4600 nits, which sounds unbelievable. And it is because they clocked the max brightness of 1300,
yeah.
which,
So I mean, so we need to know the difference between peak brightness and sustained brightness. So
mhm,
you might see a big number and be like, but this is only for like if you're watching a HDR video, you might reach that height there.
yeah,
Actually, and
which,
actually, it's actually part of the screen. What I realize a lot of them, it's actually part of the screen that reaches that maximum.
mm,
That's how they do the test
Yeah,
maximum peak.
yes,
Yeah, so
yes,
it's
yes,
not
you're
even
right.
it's not actually the
Full
whole
screen.
screen. Yeah, it's not actually the whole screen.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah, but that's definitely a phone if we could get our hands on and try it. It looks really good. I've never really used a MediaTek chip since the days of Huawei, but that
same.
Dimensity 2400 looks like a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, we always had the issues where the MediaTek was always good on the power. It's just that your battery life was always never that great. And that was a big
Mhm.
drawback from them. You know, the overheating, the battery
Yeah.
drain. Yes, you had the power, but you just couldn't stay off the charger. And I
Mhm.
mean, not nowadays now, the Oppo pack in all of the cameras that you need. The Find X8 is a triple camera. I mean, that's what everybody expects now is a triple 50 megapixel camera. The Find X8
Mhm.
Pro has four cameras, and they kind of go in the way of Samsung. There, they have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dual telephoto.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've seen so far, the demos and the photos both look excellent.
Mhm.
I think for when the global devices get tested, I think there will be a lot more adjustments in the tuning to suit the Western
Yeah.
market because
Mhm.
the Asian markets they like everything a different way, sometimes more blown out, so sometimes more like
Yeah.
brighter,
Yes, yes.
and where
Yeah, they like skin smoothing, that kind of thing.
correct,
Yeah. Yeah.
correct, correct.
Yeah.
So then the Western side might be a little, the colors might be punchier, your skin tones might be toned down a little bit. So I'm interested to see where they go in that direction. But all in all, for what you're getting, and I'm just saying, the Find X8 starts at $699
Mm.
for
Mhm.
12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, and the Find X8 Pro starts at 850 for 12 gigs and 256 gigs, which is very good. I think phone
That,
shouldn't be coming with
that's
128 again
excellent.
starting.
Yeah, yeah, it does
Yeah,
make sense. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
that makes sense.
What you
I
think
don't know.
about?
I don't know. Well,
Yeah, what you think about now? As you're talking about the Oppo, there, it's something that kind of bothering me. Well, I wouldn't say bother, but it's strange though that they actually entering to try and enter the global market. Seeing
Hmm.
that usually Oppo releases the phone first, their Chinese version, and then
Yeah,
mhm.
correct.
OnePlus would then release the
After,
yeah
Yeah.
the US version, I would say, but the OnePlus
yeah.
version of the actual same Oppo phone, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And seeing them entering the global market now, I don't know, it's a little strange to me to see that they're trying to compete because OnePlus actually is the global market on the global market also. So
Mhm.
most likely see probably like a global version of ColorOS
Yeah.
Hmm.
slash. You understand? I don't
But you
know
see,
how
now
it is. Hmm.
the thing is with the Oppo, right, is they're only launching in Europe
Yeah,
and those countries. They didn't really come into the US as yet.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Then
yeah.
I-
OnePlus still dominate there. So
Hmm.
they're still kind of,
mhm.
OnePlus is still trying to hold this part of the market. But Oppo as well has always been seen as out of the HMD brand, they are probably the premium one,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and OnePlus is probably the cheaper
The more.
end of
Of,
their side.
of
The more budget friendly stuff.
okay.
But
Mhm.
saying that,
Yeah.
there's nothing budget about a OnePlus phone. Like everything there is up there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's at top tier. Yeah.
But that
It's top
price
there.
fell up
Top there.
already because Samsung is saying will be raising the price of the S25 voucher. And I don't know what Samsung is thinking because it's already tough. That S24 was like what 1200 or
Yeah,
1400. And
that
so
was hard to purchase.
Mhm.
For most people, that was actually hard to purchase. You know? Yeah.
and to
Yeah, yeah.
raise them again. And I've seen the validity of raising the price. I really not see, I'm a Samsung fan, I have Samsung buds, but I'm not seeing any reason why they should be raising the price. If you're raising that, it had to start up 12 gigs. And yeah, give me something more than just upgraded ultra wide and telephoto camera and
Yeah, but
probably
they
a
can't. Yeah, they can't
price.
go. They can't advertise
Mhm.
AI like how they pushed it before, though. So yeah, let's see
Yeah,
what they
Correct.
because
can push it now.
how much more
Yeah,
AI
yeah, how much more? Yeah, you could actually do. Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, so that price, if they really do that increase, I think that will be their downfall. And then, well, this
yeah.
this famous guy on X, even Ice Universe will have a field day. Ice Universe will have a field day with the current head of Samsung because yeah, I know he strongly believes that this man going in the wrong direction all the time with
Yeah.
regards to the decision that they are making daily. You understand?
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I really don't agree with what I've been doing. So the phones I want to talk about,
Of
Vivo. I've
course.
never used a Vivo phone, but I
Hmm.
really am interested in that Vivo things, the X200 and 200 Pro. Those look
Yep.
really, really good. They look fantastic. I can't remember if it's the Dimensity or the Snapdragon they're using. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, they
But
come in the 9400.
the 9400. It looks really good. And
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
Vivo has probably, because especially if you watch, I mean, persons here would watch other YouTube channels. I
Mm-hmm.
mainly watch GSM Arena for the actual, how the specs is on paper and how it works out in real life.
Yep, yep.
And the past few years, if you watch phone, when they do their video based on the camera tech, usually they'll be like, iPhone, is consistent, Google consistent, Samsung is good, whatever. The best praise of uh, it's a real also tell. The best praise I've ever heard is from a Vivo phone, where most times they're like excellent, even in night photos, even in anything, it's always excellent. So I'm excited to see what we'll be getting from this Vivo phone. I definitely would
Yeah,
like to come right, as well as
yeah,
this real that is running on a Snapdragon 8 Elite. I mean, the phone right now is going for like 560, and everything else is great on paper. The only downside is the camera, of course. They have to cut back on something. But
yep.
IP69, the peak brightness on the phone, not on paper, the actual peak brightness is even more than the Pixel series. And the Pixel series got over 2300 nits peak brightness. And that really
Mm-hmm.
is just slightly, but it's even brighter than that.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything else, some of it, I think it overheats a little bit though. Probably doesn't have as much in the cooling department. And that Snapdragon will be a pressure feat. So yeah, looking forward to that
hmm I think another device they're sleeping on that probably came out earlier this year too. I haven't seen much reviews. I was actually searching for them a little while, probably for the past week. And that's the
mm-hmm.
Xiaomi 14 Ultra, right? Now,
one.
I saw one guy did a review, and based on the updates that the phone got over the couple months there, it has improved a lot. And
Okay, okay.
yeah, I haven't seen them anybody go back to check to see, if the cameras have improved or whatever the case is. I think they gave the
Yeah,
phone a
you're
hard
right.
time. I think they gave it a hard time, but that's our next one. And actually, well, the 15 Pro,
Yeah.
Xiaomi 15 Pro,
That looks very interesting.
yeah, that
That
looks
looks
very
very
interesting too. So now that all these Chinese brands are adopting the 4K and the front camera now,
Yes.
you
That
understand?
was
I think
my biggest reference Xiaomi. You can't be selling me a E900 phone with
exactly.
10
Yeah, I think that was everybody's problem. Yeah, you can't sell me a
Yeah,
phone without 4K in the front for that price.
yeah,
Yeah, it just didn't make sense. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
yeah.
Only thing though is that their front cameras are not known. They blow out highlights a lot, and I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
a HDR problem with their front cameras sometimes. I mean, the last Xiaomi phone I had, that was the only issue. The front camera,
Uh-huh.
you snap a picture and in bright environment, it never used to actually tone down the highlights at all. It used to be ridiculous. You understand? So I'm glad to see that
Mm-hmm.
they're really improving on that aspect. But those two phones, the 15 Pro and the 14 Ultra that came out earlier this year, the global version,
Mm-hmm.
I think they are two phones that actually still saying something.
Mm-hmm.
And well, the 15 Pro, but when they had that global launch, I know it may get some. We got to look at them also. I think we can.
But
Yeah.
you know what Xiaomi? Yeah, you know what Xiaomi like do. So they'll push the 15 as the young global, and then they'll put the 15 Ultra as the young global, and that 15 Pro staying in China.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it most
They ain't
likely,
bringing that. They ain't bringing that down on the side at all.
yeah. But they
You know,
actually
you know.
they did the same with the 14, and then they bring the 14,
Correct. They did.
14
They
Pro.
did.
Yeah, and then but the
Because they did the
global.
14 global.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 global and 14 ultra global. Which I find the 15, the 14 Pro was a very good phone. They could have bring that as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Man, I think it because it's so trying to compete with Samsung and the global markets with that extra
Yeah.
phone. I think that's just real. You know what's a brand well, it's part of Xiaomi. I think I need to keep up with that. I'll probably review it for every year. Is the Redmi.
Redmi.
Now,
Yeah.
I had the Redmi 10 Pro, and I must say, that was one of the last times I got Redmi phones. It was excellent. It was
Mm.
really good. The only problem is when I travel with it, I wasn't getting I wasn't getting what do you
Signal.
call it? Yeah, any kind of signal on the internet. But the phone for the price and for what you got, and I know they've been improving the Redmi brand over the last few years. And it's a
Mhm.
really good phone if you're on a budget. Probably not it's not a budget phone, but for mid range, I think the Redmi brand out of Xiaomi has been doing pretty good.
Mhm.
Think so also. Yeah.
For sure.
As you said, the big issue there is the bands, because they're
And
missing so many bands,
Mm.
you're not gonna
yeah,
get the service.
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
But
But they, I
apart from
think
that, value-wise, it's a good phone.
the people that bring it down here, I think the trying to get the bands that work better here. There are a couple of people that sell because Redmi phones, people are looking for cheaper options, which
Hmm.
I would always tell people, mid-range phone is good, but it's probably even better to buy a 2-year-old flagship phone than a brand
Yeah,
new
Yeah,
mid-range.
it's
And
true. It's
we
true.
tried to do some comparisons to show them because that 7 Pro, yeah, that was my phone before my S22 also. The Pixel 7 Pro was that saved my when I traveled, that eSIM saved my life. I didn't have to use a
hmm
really to get my eSIM. And it was a really good phone. Pixel aren't known for their performance. I remember when Netflix did their first live stream, my phone literally seized up. It was blank. I was like, wait, new phone. That's my only thing. I really want to try the Line series because I do love Pixel phones. They just
hmm
gotta they just gotta work on that ship because I mean I'm not a heavy film on my phone or whatever, but if you want to do more on your phone, you need more power.
I think you see, Pixel, they own this trend of, what, we need to be the Apple of Android. We need to make our ecosystem now. We need to have everything house built. Um, and yes, it's good to an extent, but it's going to take them a long time because the same way where Apple, it took them years to get things optimized the way that they wanted it to. Pixel, it's going to be the same way, especially
Yeah,
if
but
they keep
even Samsung
beating
kind
up
of
on this.
phones with their own chips. I mean, I don't know why Samsung going back to this Exynos and Snapdragon thing. Just spend the money. If you're telling me that everyone is getting a Snapdragon chip and you're raising your price by $100,
Hmm
okay. But there's some people getting Exynos, some people getting Snapdragon, and the not only the performance but especially camera, the
hmm
tuning is different between the two.
No,
Snapdragon
but
is always
remember,
the
remember last year they had done that. They took away the Exynos, and last year was
yes,
the Gen 2 for everybody, and then
yeah,
they bring
and
it back again.
they bring it back to
So I don't know why they keep doing that. To be honest.
Actually, from what I understand, is actually I would say it's a financial situation because with the
Mm.
internal external ship, they would make more money using their
yeah.
own chip. So I
Well,
think
yeah, because if it's an in-house,
in the house here. So I think that was
in-house
more a
chip.
financial decision than an actual. They looked at it that
But
way, but it didn't work.
but they don't take
It
it
probably didn't work
customers
how they expected.
because the customers leave those Exynos for the E50 something, E70, so, because the customers
Mm.
are paying for it. I mean, the base S24 and S24 Plus and stuff may not be flagship, but it's supposed to be a flagship spec phone. You know, give the customers that you're paying top dollar for it.
And the next topic, I guess we could talk about the smartphone market in the Western world, and we could elaborate on that a little bit. Why people tend to move towards Samsung and Apple alone instead of trying the other things.
Yeah, locally here too. We could kind of try
Yeah,
and analyze to see
especially
how. Yeah,
especially here. Yeah.
yeah, especially here
Oh,
we see how it goes because I think the issue that I mean I actually go to a lot of stores and to be honest with
Mhm.
you, these cell phone stores, some of them here locally, my goodness, I don't know,
I
like
mean, you see what they have as a budget phone,
yeah,
and then you watch the price. I'm like, nah, we
exactly,
could get something way better for the
exactly
price.
for the price, and
So
that's it.
that shouldn't even be it.
No, and I
Like
don't think they
you,
have the actual. You have a guy would just wake up in the morning and say, I would just sell foods. And you open a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
store and you're
Might
not
buy some A12 or something,
yeah,
A12, A13,
yeah,
cheap.
yeah. They just I think some of them take advantage of the situation and
Correct. That's
they don't really advise the customer. I believe that the customer needs to understand when you're purchasing and find out what they're looking for. You don't just
yeah.
I just walk in a store and say, well, I'm looking for a phone, and they will just tell you, well, how much money you have, and they will just tell you,
Mm-hmm.
well, this is the situation.
1500.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what waiters do, what you do regularly. You need to
Correct.
get to find out what it is they need or what they do
Mm-hmm.
regularly on their food. Try to give them something along that, even though take into consideration the price. So it's something we can look
Yeah.
at yeah in the next meeting.
It's lack of knowledge because a lot of people, so they see, remember back then, now, back then you would see Samsung phones move so slow and stuff. Now that's not the case.
No, it's
And
not.
two, people
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to use their tech and what's it for because you want to buy an E12 or E12, whatever E phone. So and then you want to do the most with it. That's not what the
Exactly.
phone is for.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
phone, those phones are for more mature people who just want a phone mini, a little
It's like
WhatsApp, a little WhatsApp call, a quick message
Yeah.
call, most even message, and that's because those phones you can't do much. Now the E50 series is a little more, but then it costs a little more than the 3000. You know,
Yeah.
uh, the E77 that they hardly bring down here. That's actually a pretty good phone. That E70 series is actually more robust and better, but of course it costs more. But
Exactly.
if you told them that you will get because those phones now getting 7 years of OS upgrades. If you told them if you save your money and buy this E56 phone or whatever, you don't have to upgrade your phone for the next 2 3 years. You understand?
exactly, 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 and that's the info they need. That's the info they need. They don't understand, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that is where the disconnect is because you're going in there and you just come back out and you purchase that money do so within a year the phone stop working. Even
Correct.
yeah, there's sell I don't want to call any names, but
Yeah.
there's a certain store that actually brings a certain model phone. Yes, they are good phones, but the phones are not reliable.
I mean,
The Infinix
I have
brand,
a story just like that.
that
Yeah.
the
Infinix.
Infinix or whatever the name of the brand is.
Yeah, yeah,
They have
yeah.
like techno and what kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and well,
Check,
yeah,
check
you
my
see,
mind.
Techno, these brands are new brands. They are cheaper, but remember, they have issues where these phones can just literally within a year pop out and just stop
Mhm.
working, and ending up out of pocket because you just spend like about $1,500 on a phone, and within a year time, sometimes even less, it's not
Uh,
working again. It can't keep up.
they like a
Exactly.
mechanic. They like a mechanic. Every year, you gotta check them like clockwork.
Yeah,
Clockwork.
but that's the business plan. So you would have to check them every month, and I find it unfair in the market, especially like that, to have people constantly complaining about it. And that's
Yeah.
where
Mhm.
you find people would actually just gravitate towards I want Apple iPhone
That's the way.
because
So the
uh,
thing with me is, I'm really planning to try as many. I've never tried a techno. I've never tried. I know about all of them. Zumbia.
yeah.
There are all kinds of phones,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that's where we could get the phones and show people what if because it's not that the phones are terrible phones.
Yeah,
It's just they have limitations to them. Those phones
exactly.
aren't to go. Yeah, it's not to be a vlogger. It's not. It's for simple to us. No.
Yeah, for sure.
I think my thing with these phones is just how well they hold up over time. Like year out of the box, it might be good, but after 4, 4, 5, 6 months and stuff, how that interface is, how is the UI, how is that laggy or not, So I
Yeah.
mean, your experience would drastically go down the slower your phone gets and that kind of thing. Especially the more apps you have on your phone.
Mhm.
Um,
It's,
I feel like yeah, Inception, those phones it will be good, but we need to do like a follow up,
A
as you
follow-up,
you
yeah.
you guys said,
Yeah,
because
something, yeah,
old
we could.
phones so down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't get away from that.
Oh, another topic
yeah.
I think, well, guys, I think could actually look into. I have some stuff right on here, but I know I would send you guys in the chat also.
Sure, 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 sure.
The in terms of um payment payment portals, the payment like Google Pay and these things that are available on our site,
That we
basically on the Western.
It doesn't even because so what happens to me now, I do have to try an iPhone. I really do. And I think I'm supposed to travel next year. I think I might try an iPhone when I'm traveling. So I was in Miami
Hmm.
and my girlfriend has an iPhone, her friend has an iPhone. and we had to get a link or something to
Right,
use certain services in the hotel.
right.
And of course, because they had iPhone, it went straight to the Apple Wallet.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so now I had to side load. I didn't get to side load it yet, but I downloaded the APK just to get to install it. But I had to side load my Google Wallet because when the guy was trying to like, even when you go into the App Store, because my information is based here, I was
Yeah,
even able
can't access it.
to
Yes. Yeah,
you know.
boy.
So those things it really hinders and hampers it. And sometimes that's why people just go for iPhone, huh? Because it's like, I mean iPhone is basically a straight to the point. It's not a phone. If you really into tech, anyone that's really into tech would know an iPhone is the most boring phone.
Yes, it is.
It, it's not much you can do with it. You
No.
know. A lot of people when they see iPhone stuff, it starts to like, like I feel like anyone that is really into tech. Now, saying that, I do have a MacBook Pro, I do have an iPad. I
Yeah.
love those stuff, Apple. But when it comes to a phone, I cannot have a phone where in 2024 is now I can arrange my home screen. Come on. You've been doing that for years and years. You know, boosting. I cannot, come on.
Hmm.
That's so 2010. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You've
sure.
been doing that so
I think you
long.
see the main thing with these devices, Apple devices, they just work. You want your Apple phone to do something, it does that.
Mhm.
It's nothing fancy, it's nothing special, but everybody knows that these products they just work, and I think that's what they charge on, and the brand and everything like that. So it is just what it is right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I personally am not a big Apple user. Everything I own is Windows, Android. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I think if I start to go down that road, I would just get sucked right in, and I would have to get Apple Watch, and I get a
Yeah, boy.
MacBook, and I get everything. Everything is now
Yeah.
everything. So I don't think I could do that as yet.
I think Samsung, because I've been real too. I have a Samsung watch. I have the
Hmm.
buds. And it works so seamlessly that sometimes it's like, because I'm being real, I should have tried a different phone. I was really going to try the OnePlus Full. It just was a little out of my budget. And I'm just so comfortable now with Samsung. That's one thing Samsung has done. As much as Google is probably full of Android, Samsung just positioned himself as the top because a lot of people still don't even know Pixel. I mean, like you, especially down here, like someone who wants to buy Pixel from me, and they're like, "That's so good. Will it get updates?" I'm like, "This get updates day one." But sometimes now, even Samsung gets updates before Google,
Yes,
before
Yeah,
yes,
something.
it's true. It's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
which
when
is
they are going to the
which is
updates, they
crazy.
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, come on, how can you be the maker of software? But honestly, I think in the future, Google generally tends to phase out stuff. I think
Hmm.
eventually Samsung and Google can merge. The way they've been doing their presentations recently, it's almost as if Samsung phones are now Google
They have
phones.
a lot of under the table merging going on because I don't know if you remember, right? I don't know if you remember, but from the Pixel 9 launch, they
Well, that's what
demoed Gemini with the Galaxy S24.
Exactly.
if your Pixel launch you're using Samsung. Like, come
So I
on,
was like, all right,
what's that?
No,
so
it's
something
true.
is there. Something is there already.
Yeah, there has
So
something going on. Yeah, be any background, and as Stefan said there, with the actual, I would say, the connected devices and the ecosystem, the Samsung ecosystem, it works. I have the same. I had the buds, the watch, and even with the TV. It just
Hmm?
connects
Yeah, with the TV, yeah.
everything.
I
Yes,
think I'll try
everything
a
was
Samsung
seamless.
TV. I want to get a I think I'll try. I think if I try Samsung TV, I might never go
Yeah,
back.
no, well, that's it. I think if you get that Samsung TV, I don't think you would ever want to try anything else. No, I'm telling you, because I actually had the Samsung Health app, which actually syncs with the TV, and
Right.
what you could do is when you start a workout, it actually comes up on the TV screen. You understand?
yeah,
And
yeah.
it shows you the workout, so in the case on the TV screen, all your heart rate, everything is on the screen of
Mhm.
the TV. It just and then too, the whole the whole operating system that they made for Dex. Dex, man, that is amazing. I would not lie.
Yes, I
I
love
would, yeah,
this.
yeah, that
I've used
Dex.
it. It has saved me when I went to hotels that we may not have what I want to watch. And
Yeah, yeah,
I got to use Dex a couple times and it was so smooth.
yeah, yeah.
So
So it's
Mhm.
I must
something.
get some and Apple now. And I
Yeah.
do want to try the Apple ecosystem because I already have MacBook and an iPad. I honestly would like to try the iPhone and Apple Watch just for a period, just to see how smooth, because it is smooth between just the iPad and the Mac already. You know,
Mm,
Yeah.
as much as I used to use Windows, I cannot go back from a Mac.
yeah.
And I mean, I've been burned before with Samsung
Mhm.
tablets. Now I know it's much better now, but every time I think about getting a Samsung tablet, I'm just like,
I mean, you
yes,
always
yes.
have that lingering feeling on the back of your head. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
this
That
thing,
lingering
this
feeling.
thing wasn't. This
This,
thing,
But
it just didn't work that one time, and now that
even,
was it.
even Xiaomi 7, because those Xiaomi Pad 7 is out, and I must say, those Xiaomi pads really, they look really interesting. They look really very powerful.
well, for Christmas, I'm planning to gift myself with the actual OnePlus Pad 2.
Oh,
Right.
To try and get into that ecosystem to see how it is.
oh,
As I realized that now the next, I mean, I think OnePlus, I think they most likely will be heading along the lines of Samsung in terms of bringing out small devices like the Tag. You understand?
oh,
Yeah.
And all these little things, you know. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try the pad and see how it operates, because that one has the Snapdragon also in
that
it.
one's really
So
powerful.
yeah, that one is powerful.
Um,
So I want to try that. And then there are some features I'm seeing here where it actually connects. They're showing you different things you could do that will
oh,
that will actually work seamlessly with the pad. And
yeah,
it kind of interesting for me to see. I want to see
oh.
Hmm.
how that turns out, and but that
I
Samsung
think if
ecosystem
you, I
is
think when you China and stuff, especially like that, Xiaomi, but Xiaomi, a lot of people don't know how many stuff Xiaomi makes.
yes,
Xiaomi makes
Bro, bro,
Wi-Fi
Xiaomi has everything
routers,
in China.
yeah,
Everything in
Wi-Fi
China, you know.
routers, everything,
if
everything.
you're living in China and you have Xiaomi, I don't even think you're thinking about iPhone or Samsung
You
because
can't do,
they just
but you can't do anything else because they have TVs, lighting,
Hmm.
Wi-Fi routers, AC
Yeah, everything.
controls, thermometers. Is
Yeah,
everything they have.
vacuums and all
Like
that.
they everything. They have
Yeah,
water
even
guns.
a car, even a car.
yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
car,
yeah.
bro, looks amazing,
Uh,
amazing, amazing,
yeah.
amazing.
I see some videos, but based on some of the little things I read about it, yeah, that car.
I
They do
actually brought
Xiaomi.
down,
Xiaomi makes them before.
I actually brought down some Xiaomi smart tools like the screwdrivers and stuff.
Mm.
So
Okay,
hoping to
okay.
get it hoping to get it next month.
Yeah,
Um, I saw one video on it and I was like, nah, I need to get this. Like
Yeah.
it looks
Well,
so good. It
I
built
need
well.
some tools. I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out. I
Yeah,
didn't
check
even
it
know
out, check
this.
it out,
yeah.
Somewhere.
check it out,
So
check it out.
let's press some button and screw something.
Yeah, so it's an electronic screwdriver, but so they have the big one and then they have the precision one for like small screws and stuff.
Mhm.
I got both because I feel like, I would have a use for it at some point in time, just to have it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
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 My next tech, as bad as it sounds, I kind of stick with Samsung. I need that Galaxy Watch Ultra.
Hmm.
I need that. So
Yeah.
I really like. I mean, I like it. Starting back to workout, so it really helps with that and tracking
Yeah.
my growth. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
what the real jewelry I like, and I just love how that watch ultra and the bands are extremely easy to go on. I think that's the best because it literally
Yeah.
just line it up and it just magnetize. So
Yeah, the OnePlus Watch actually uses the same
they make
22 millimeter bands that, yeah, they're using normal
I,
22
r-
millimeter bands, right?
I really want to try that watch, man.
Yeah, the watch actually is kind of, I don't know why the reviewers give it such a hard time in the first instance, but after the
But it
recent
was good
updates, yeah, after the
because
recent
I
updates,
have because I have the first one, and the first
oh,
one I thought
okay.
was good. It was heavy to work on with now, you
yeah,
know.
Oh,
this
So I
one,
ended
this
up
one,
buying.
but this one I had to say, Jed, you see, that double chip feature where it's using the other chip
yeah,
for
okay, right,
the
right,
same
Yeah.
right.
tracking. for sleep tracking and other things.
That's it too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those I wouldn't lie, the battery life is amazing. It's amazing. Trust me. It's what lasting
Mm-hmm.
like about 5 days comfortable.
I won't say because now I'll be honest with you. Is that a Wear OS watch or is it just
It
Yeah,
is
it's
it
very
is it is a Wear OS watch. It is a Wear OS watch. But
last
they have a light, it has a light skin that OnePlus
oh,
puts on it. It's very light, but it's nice. It basically the rest of it is Wear OS, but
my watch classic. So if I do an event as well, I'm a DJ, so if I do an event and I'm back home, let's say I was out all day
Mm-hmm.
and I'm back by midnight or after one, this will be on its last.
Yeah.
That's one thing I must say with Samsung. It's good, but the battery life,
yeah.
I know it has improved on the Ultra, but the
Mm-hmm.
battery life on the Pro was pretty good actually. I think the battery life on the Pro was better than the Watch 6 Classic, but I love my bezel,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
don't know why they got rid of this, but yeah,
I actually have a friend that literally he did not want when I bought the 5 Ultra. I mean the 5 Pro.
Pro, yeah.
He did not want to switch because he didn't have that bezel. He said no way. He need that bezel.
I ended up going back to Pro, the Watch 4 Classic, the Watch 4,
Yeah,
yeah. And
but then that's it. But I think the ecosystem is something that very important, and that's what Samsung tying it into. What I could tell
yeah,
you,
yeah.
step one is if you decide to make the switch,
Uh-huh.
and you make the switch to any other brand, anything that you have stored, oh, this is the problem I'm facing right now. Samsung, I had all my stuff stored in Samsung Notes and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I switch, I kind of can't. I have to now try to find a device to log in to get back that info.
Oh
You
gosh.
understand? So
I,
yeah,
I don't
it throw me off a little bit. Yeah, that throw me off. You understand?
I think for that one reason is why I use keep notes and stuff all the time
Exactly.
now.
I don't
Exactly.
know. I've tried some. When I first got into Samsung, that was the S8, what do you call that? The one with the curve, I can't remember the name,
Mm.
but that S8 series, when I got into that, I saw the notes and I used it. And then when I upgraded, I went to Keep Notes. And from since then, I've never looked back
Yeah.
because I use it
Yeah.
on my, I like how you can log into Gmail and I can just open up my Keep Notes and
And
have
see the
everything.
same, yes. And you see the thing is I tried the Samsung Notes for the reason of I mean you had the S Pen. And then there were
Right.
some features that were integrated into the keyboard that made it
Uh-huh.
easy for you to just like put that information into Samsung Notes. And I think it was working out real good. And then now that I switch, I know Keep Notes
What do you
is
think about
the
this? I'm going to do the review on this and why the S Pen is handy. Um, Now I'm actually planning to buy the S Pen for the Z Fold 5. Even though I know I won't be using it much, it is handy because when I send invoices, I can sign and stuff. But you don't use it that much in all
oh
honesty.
literally I probably pulled
You,
out that pen out of that phone probably twice since I had it.
I pull
Twice.
it
No,
out
I'm
just
telling you.
I pull it out just to say I use it because otherwise I'll be like. So that's why it's not a huge deal for me now. I really missed it when I had the S Pen when I was like, it's really needed the S Pen, in it. And then when I got the
Mhm.
S22, okay. And when I have this S23 now, I'm like, I mainly use my iPad. I have a aftermarket Apple Pencil that I use. I would mainly use that for and I barely use it. I mainly use that just for signing. And I'm
Mhm.
like, it's a great tool, but it's just that it's a tool when necessary, but it's not needed like most
Yeah,
times.
it doesn't matter. It's not
Yeah.
something you would use every day, Vic.
Yeah.
You could easily forget it. You could easily forget that it actually is there. Yeah, so,
All
yeah, but I mean,
right, guys. So
yeah,
we can look to wrap up today. We don't wanna keep people too long.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just finish.
Yeah. I
But
feel like the where we go in a week we have to talk whole day with this.
Yeah. We can save some for next time.
Correct.
yeah, but we definitely will have more. We could try to do this. What we say, weekly or bi-weekly. We, you know,
I think once a week we could try for first, and just based on the scheduling, and then from there we could try to increase. I think it's just
Yeah.
just to get
You
a
want?
gauge of how busy everybody is, and then move on from there.
Yeah. All right. So, of course, if this is your first time here, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and down in the comments, you can always leave, your views about what tech you would like us to review. And there is a link that you can click in the bio. It's weekly where you can contribute. If you're outside of Trinidad and Tobago where we're based, there's a currency switcher to switch it to US dollars, and you can contribute to the channel, and that way we can get more tech. Because this isn't for monetary gain or whatever. We just love tech. We spend our own money to get tech to review. So if you wanna contribute, help us to get more tech. It won't just be phones. It'll be tablets. It'll be smartwatches, earbuds. I'm on my honestly. This might be my third or fourth Mojang Prime from Samsung. I tried the Buds Live. Like this is right now the Buds FE, which is really good. The only issue I have is there's no wireless charging. But yeah,
Right.
so if you have any tech that you would like to see us review once it's within or reach or grasp, you never know, you might be able to collab with some companies and get some tech in the future to test our field, because a lot of people are saying it's so good to have a tech team right here, because we're looking at everyone outside, but we need perspective from our point of view where we live, especially.
Correct.
Yeah, for sure.
Until the next one, I'm Stefan. I'm out.
Yep.
All right, guys, take care.